Hello students, myself is Parminder Singh from Prab Kripa classes. Our today's topic is 7 consequences of cyber attacks and 11 cybersecurity myths. After going through this course, the student will learn about the various impacts and outcomes resulting from cyber attacks. The students will understand how the cyber attacks can cause potential damage to individuals or organizations and society as a whole. The students will gain essential knowledge about the different types of cybersecurity threats such as malware, phishing, and DDoS attacks. The students will gain understanding of various misconceptions about cybersecurity and equip them with accurate knowledge to navigate the digital landscape securely. The students will understand that cyber crimes are committed for various reasons, often driven by personal gain, ideological motives, or malicious intent. This course equips students with practical skills to respond swiftly and effectively when faced with a compromised computer system. Now our topic is consequences of a cyber attack. In this picture, you can see that the possible consequences of a cyber attacks on the companies are that the companies may suffer data loss, reduced productivity, loss of know-how, breach of contracts, violations, loss of trust among business partners, and losing future work orders. That is, the companies may not receive the orders for future. On the other hand, there are many adverse effects of the cyber attacks on the consumers, and that include identity theft, compromised online banking transactions, theft of credit card details, ransomware, that is blackmailing, violation of law, and getting defrauded by scareware or other fraudulent methods. Now we will discuss in detail the consequences of cyber attack. A cyber attack can have significant consequences impacting individuals, businesses, and even society as a whole. Here are some common consequences of a cyber attack. First is financial loss. Cyber attacks can result in financial losses not only for individuals but also for organizations. Financial loss may be suffered due to theft of funds, disruption of business operations, loss of productivity, as if there is an attack on a organization, its operations may come to standstill and it results into loss of productivity and the costs associated with implementing stronger security measures. When once a cyber attack happens on any organization or an individual, the organization or the individual may have to adopt strict security measures for which it will have to incur extra investment or extra expenses towards implementing or purchasing those security infrastructure or implementing those security measures. So it is also a form of financial loss to the organizations or individuals. Next point is reputation damage. A cyber attack can erode public trust and confidence and severely damage an organization's reputation. Whenever there is a cyber attack on any organization and the news about the same spreads quickly in the market or in the newspapers or on social media, it can cause customers, partners, and stockholders to question the organization's ability to safeguard sensitive information. That is, the customers, partners, and other stakeholders may think that the organization had not taken proper steps towards the cybersecurity. Rebuilding trust and reputation can be a long and challenging process. Next point is data breach and privacy violations. Cyber attacks lead to exposure of sensitive information, personal information, and business information. Stolen information can be used by cyber criminals for various malicious purposes, including financial fraud, harassment, and blackmail. Next point is critical infrastructure disruption. There may be cyber attacks on the critical infrastructures such as power grids, transport systems, or healthcare networks. When there are attacks on these types of critical infrastructures, then there are severe consequences of the same. The result may be disruption in the essential services, which can lead to public safety risks and economic losses as well. Next consequence of cyber attack is national security risks. In some cases, critical government infrastructure and defense networks may be targeted by cyber criminals. It results in stealing of sensitive information which may be held by the government agencies or the government departments. This leads to disruption in governmental operations and potentially impact national defense capabilities. Next point is legal and regulatory consequences. Cyber attacks can result in legal and regulatory consequences. Organizations may have to face lawsuits from affected individuals, regulatory investigations, fines, and penalties for non-compliance with data protection and privacy regulations. We may add that the companies have to comply with certain rules and regulations which are made by the governments for compliance by the organizations in regard to the data of the customers. There may be circumstances that those laws may not have been implemented by the organizations in letter and spirit. That is, they may not have taken proper cybersecurity measures to protect the data, sensitive data of the customers. So in that case, they are likely to attract the penalties or the fines from the government authorities. Next consequence may be psychological and emotional impact. Individuals who fall victim to cyber attacks may experience psychological and emotional distress. Identity theft, online harassment, and invasion of privacy can have a profound impact on a person's well-being. That is, a person may mentally start thinking that what will happen as my data which was there in my mobile phones or computers, there were some personal photos or the research paper or other documents which were very sensitive, classified for me as type of a sensitive information, may be leaked in the public or may come in public domain, and I will suffer a lot of damage in my reputation. So there is some sort of emotional and psychological impact on the individual's mind. It is important to note that the consequences of a cyber attack can differ from individual to individual and organization to organization due to following reasons. First is the type and severity of attack. Next is targeted entity. If the organization which is targeted is an ordinary individual, the severity may not be much. But if a defense organization which has relations with the national security is targeted by these cyber criminals, then the impact will be very large. Next is the preparedness of the victim to respond and recover from the incident. It means that if the victim has already adopted cybersecurity measures like planning in advance that what should be done if there is a cyber attack, and he has already made the arrangements like backup of the data, then he will suffer less. But if he has not taken any cybersecurity measures, then the victim, which may be an organization or an individual, is likely to suffer much. Implementing strong cybersecurity measures, regular training, and incident response plans can help reduce the impact of cyber attacks. We may add that we have already uploaded many courses such as tips for creating engaging speeches, good communication skills, how to manage stress in life, job application format, unlocking the power of mental wellness, mastering Heron's formula, most common mistakes in English grammar, 13 useful resume writing tips, and what must be in your CV, resume, or biodata, present tense, past tense, future tense, and much more. You can also look out for the same. Now, our topic is types of cyber security threats. Common cyber threats include malware, SQL injection, MITM attacks, DOS or DDoS attacks, insider threats, and phishing. Now, we will discuss each of these threats in somewhat detail. First is malware. Malware is the malicious software such as viruses, worms, trojans, ransomware, and spyware, which are designed to disrupt, damage, or gain unauthorized access to computer systems or network. Malware can spread through email attachments, downloads from the internet, or infected software. Next cyber threat may be SQL injection. SQL means structured query language injection. It is a type of cyber attack which is used to take control of and steal data from a database. SQL is a database programming language used to modify, add, update, or delete records in a database. Now, the next is MITM attacks, a man in the middle attack. You can see here that this is user, this is web application, and this is the man in the middle. This is a type of cyber attack in which a cyber criminal intercepts communication between two parties such as a user and a website. The cyber criminal steals information like login credentials or financial details, or manipulates the communication which takes place between the user and web application. Next is denial of service or distributed denial of service attacks. These attacks aim to disrupt the normal functioning of a computer system, network, or website by flooding it with excessive traffic or requests. It may mean that suppose a website is able to handle 1000 requests at a time. The cyber criminal may send send that network or server say 10,000 requests in comparison to its capacity of handling only 1,000 requests at a time. It means overloading the system or the server, which, and when the system is overloaded with a large number of traffic or requests, the system collapses and the genuine customers or the users are unable to access the concerned website. These attacks can render the system or website inaccessible to legitimate users. Next is insider threats. We have always heard about that there are external cyber criminals who may launch cyber attack on an individual or an organization, but there are also insider threats. Insider means which are present inside the organization. Insider threats in the cybersecurity refer to the threats posed by the individuals from within an organization. These threats can come from employees, contractors, or other trusted insiders who have authorized access to systems, networks, or data. The organization may have contractors to do certain types of work for the organization. They may have granted access to the contractors to do certain type of work for them, for computers or their networks, or some of its partners or employees may be having some grudge or some sort of enmity in its mind towards the organization, and the employee or the partner or the contractor may want to disrupt the normal functioning of the organization or to damage the organization. So such type of employees, contractors, or other persons who have access to the organization's systems, network, or data may leak or disrupt the normal functioning of the network by giving this sophisticated or sensitive information to the outside, or acting in such a way that some sort of malware is injected into the system so that the normal functioning of the organization is disturbed. The insider attacker can easily steal, reveal, modify, or remove sensitive data because he is in a position, as he has the access to the network or the system of the organization. The motive of the insider attack could be the revenge or greed. The insider threat can also be unintentional. It is not always that for the sake of enmity or grudge or for sake of money, the employee or contractor may do something against the company. It may be also possible that this such type of threat is unintentional on the part of the employee or the contractor, because the individual may click on a phishing email or inadvertently share sensitive information. Sixth is phishing. Phishing is a cyber attack in which the criminals trick individuals into revealing sensitive information by impersonating trustworthy entities. The attackers use fraudulent emails, messages, or websites to deceive victims into sharing personal data such as login credentials or credit card details, which can then be used by cyber criminals illegally. Now our topic is dangerous cybersecurity myths. Myths means misbelief, misinterpretation, misrepresentation, etc. So we are discussing dangerous cybersecurity myths. First is cyber criminals are only outsiders. We oftenly see from the internet that the hackers are sitting way away from us and they hack or steal the information from our systems. That is, they are not nearby our premises. But in fact, it is not the case. The cyber criminals may be present in our organization. They are insider threats. Who are insider threats? There are certain employees or the contractors or even some of the partners in an organization which may be having some sort of grudge or enmity with the organization. They may want to destroy the organization or to adversely damage the brand image of the organization, or they may sell the sensitive information of the organization to the third parties for some financial gain. These are insider threats. Let us see. Cyber criminals are only outsiders. This is a myth. Undeniably, outsider threats are the most significant concern of an organization. However, insider threats are equally dangerous. Insider threats refer to an individuals within an organization who have authorized access to systems, networks, or sensitive information and misuse or abuse that access for malicious purposes. Insider threats can be employees, contractors, or even business partners. A disgruntled employee may steal sensitive data, commit financial fraud, introduce malware, or sabotage operations. Organizations should adopt cybersecurity measures that take care of both external and internal threats to protect their sensitive information and systems effectively. Next myth is we should only secure internet facing applications. It means that it is normally believed that as we are not having internet connection, there is no need for us to take any cybersecurity measures. This is wrong. It may be quite possible that we may use some infected floppy or CD drive or something removable device which may be attached to our mobile or computer system and can affect our computer or mobile. Let us read. We should only secure internet facing applications. Only internet facing applications should not be the focus of the organization. For example, your organization's whole IT system may get compromised if an employee accidentally uses an infected flash drive. So organizations should have adequate controls to prevent and address insider threats. Next point is antivirus, anti-malware provide complete protection. Sometimes we think that we have purchased and installed antivirus, the anti-malware software in our computer system, so we need not to take any further cybersecurity step. We should feel easy. But it should not be the case, because any anti-malware or anti-virus software provides protection in respect of only those threats which are known to the malware to those companies who provide these softwares, and their knowledge is only based on the malware which are existing up to the date of the development of the that software. Suppose whatever type of malware has been developed by the cyber criminals up to date is known to the company, and the company develops the same up to date. But what software is being developed on the next day, it will not be known to the company. It will be known to the company when it is actually used by the cyber criminal on some organization. So the our antivirus or anti-malware software will not have protection in respect of that malware which is of recent origin. It means that in respect of those softwares, those malwares which are of recent origin or which are not known to the companies who are developing antivirus or anti-malware software, then in respect of that malware we need to think about. So it is necessary for our on our part to complement antivirus and anti-malware software with other security practices. It means that in addition to antivirus and anti-malware software, we should not solely depend upon these two softwares. We should take other security measures also. Only after adopting that security measures we can think that we are protected. Next point is our passwords are strong. We may think that we have devised a password which is very strong, in which we have used letters which are in capital, in small letters, we have used special words, hyphen, or other things also in our passwords, and it will not be possible for the cyber criminal to crack our password. But it is not the case. The cyber criminals are very intellectual or intelligent persons. They keep on devising new and new techniques to crack our passwords. So it is necessary for us to keep changing our passwords on a regular basis. For instance, we may change the password after 3 days, after 5 days, after 15 days, or after 1 month. And the same should be the case with our employees also. That is, the employees which are working in our organization, they should also be told to keep on changing the passwords. Strong passwords are only the start of the journey towards cybersecurity. You need two-factor authentication and data monitoring. Next is cybersecurity is the responsibility of the IT department. Most of us who are working in the organizations think that we need not to bother about the cybersecurity measures. It is the responsibility of the IT department of the organization. It is totally wrong. All the employees and all the departments have the responsibility to adopt cybersecurity measures or to act in a such a way that this that cybersecurity of the organization is not adversely affected, or or our actions do not give any any opportunity to the cyber criminals to launch their cyber attack. For instance, if we go on clicking any email which may be there, which may land there in our inbox, we go on clicking it without thinking whether it is from a trustworthy source or a non-source, or then it's quite possible that one of those emails may have been sent by the cyber criminal, and that email may have some sort of malware or infection contained therein, and which will ultimately affect not only the one particular computer system but may affect a larger part of the organization and adversely affect our whole organization. So let us read. While the IT department plays a crucial role in implementing and managing cybersecurity measures, cybersecurity is a collective responsibility that extends beyond IT department. Every individual within an organization plays a crucial role in maintaining security by following best practices, being vigilant, and staying informed about potential threats. Next myth is I am an ordinary individual, so I do not need to worry about cybersecurity. This is a dangerous myth because cyber criminals often target individuals and organizations indiscriminately. Everyone who is connected to the internet, it is at risk regardless of his perceived importance. It means that it is not that if a person has a high status in the in the society, he will be attacked by the cyber criminals. No, they the cyber criminals launch their cyber attacks irrespective of the social status of an individual or the brand value of an organization in the market. Next point is you do not have anything valuable to steal. Sometimes we think that in our computer system or in our mobile we do not have anything sensitive information, so we should not worry about cyber attacks. You might not have a lot of valuable data like credentials to steal, but what is the cost of shutting down operations for a matter of days or months? It means that suppose there is no confidential information or sensitive data in your computer system and you are having only one computer in your house or in your shop, then if a cyber attack is there and your computer comes to standstill and you give it to repair and the repairer will repair it within a say 15 or 1 month, then so the question should be what is your data worth to you? It means that not only in addition to the expenses which you will have to incur on the repair, you should also think that the data which you were having in your system, though was not of sensitive information, sensitive data, but it was having some sort of value for you only. Suppose you may be writing some sort of research which may not be of any value for the cyber criminal, or you may have been writing something for which you have spent say 2 or 3 months, you have spent whole day and night on writing something, then the what you were writing is of value for you and not for the cyber criminal. So you should think in respect of the hard work you have put in writing that information. Next point is we have invested in sophisticated security tools like a firewall, antivirus, so we are safe. It is wrong to think so. Cyber criminals are very intelligent. They are continuously developing new malwares. As per a data, lakhs of malwares are being deputed every month. Firewalls and antivirus software may not always detect or prevent emerging threats effectively. That is, the malware which is of recent origin, the antivirus or anti-malware software which you may have installed in your computer system may not be able to detect that malware which is of recent origin. Downloading malicious attachments or using weak passwords can bypass the protection offered by security tools. Next is cyber criminals do not target small and medium sized businesses. Suppose we are running a small organization or we are having a medium sized business, we think that we are safe and there is no possibility of any cyber attack on our organization, because the cyber criminals will normally attack the organizations who are of national importance or who have very huge net worth. But this is not the case. Of course, there are some cyber criminals who would hack to prefer Citibank or Bank of America, but most hackers would settle for small businesses because the cyber hackers think that some small businesses often do not have advanced security software and skilled security teams. So, small and medium sized businesses are the soft target of the cyber criminals, because the organizations which are big, they might have taken strong cybersecurity measures to protect their networks or the data, but the normal individuals or the normal organizations do not imply cybersecurity measures which are strong enough to handle various cyber attacks. So it has also been seen that the cyber criminals are not hesitant to launch their attack on normal individuals and small and medium businesses. It is a reality that 58% of the cyber attacks target small businesses. Next point, which is also a myth, is BYOD is secure and safe. BYOD means bring your own device. In some organizations, it happens that the companies allow the employees to use their own computer system for the office work. It is a policy or practice where employees or individuals are allowed or encouraged to use their personal devices such as smartphones, tablets, laptops for work related activities within an organization. This type of policy offers flexibility and convenience, but this policy also suffers from many limitations. Employee owned devices have do not may not have up to date antivirus software, firewalls, or other essential security controls. It increases the risk of malware infections or unauthorized access, because in the case of the organizations, normally we have tie up with some security agency to regularly update our antivirus or anti-malware software or other related software, or to do some patchwork which may be necessary as a part of cyber security steps. But in the case of a normal individual, we do not have tie up with any computer professional to do such type of work. So when the companies are allowing the employees to use their own computer systems or mobiles, to use their mobiles for doing the office work, then the said computer or the computers or the mobiles of the employees may not have the same security features, or they may not have the enough the individuals may not have taken the enough cyber security measures to protect their devices. So here lies the limitation, because such type of devices increase the risk of malware infections or unauthorized access. Imply further point is that these devices of the employees can be lost or stolen, potentially exposing sensitive company data to unauthorized individuals. Without proper security features, measures like device encryption, remote wipe capabilities, the risk of data breaches or unauthorized access increases. Next is cybersecurity is too complex for me to understand. It is correct that cybersecurity can be a complex field, but basic knowledge and awareness are accessible to everyone. Learning about common threats, practicing good security habits, and staying updated on the latest security practices can significantly enhance personal and organizational security. Cybersecurity myths are a real threat in the present digital age. You need to stop believing these cybersecurity myths and up your cyber defenses. Otherwise, you are always at the risk of being attacked in the digital world. Now, our topic is reasons for commission of cyber crimes. First, it is necessary for us to understand the meaning of cybercrime. Cybercrime means criminal activities that are carried out using computers, networks, or the internet. Cybercrime includes a wide range of illegal activities such as hacking, unauthorized access, malware, ransomware, phishing, online scams and fraud, DDoS attacks, etc. Cyber crimes may cause financial loss, reputation damage, privacy invasion, and emotional distress. Cyber crimes have turned out to be a low investment, low risk business with huge returns. Cyber criminals launch malicious cyber attacks due to following reasons. First is money. Cyber criminals want to make quick and easy money. Cyber criminals may steal credit card information, conduct fraudulent transactions, or carry out ransomware attacks or sell the stolen valuable business information to competitors. It means that they may launch ransomware attack on your computer system. It means that when there is an attack on your computer system, whatever is there in your computer system, the all the data in your system is locked, and you cannot any access any of the data on your computer system. The cyber criminal asks for money, and when you pay him the demanded money, only after that he will give back the access of your computer to you. Though the physically the computer system is present with you, but it will be remotely locked by the cyber criminal. It may be also be possible that the cyber criminal may steal the information which is of sensitive information or which is your personal information, and he may sell this personal or sensitive information to your competitor in lieu of money. Next reason for cybercrime may be personal revenge or vendetta. In some cases, Cybercrime may be motivated by personal grudges, revenge, or vendetta. Individuals may seek to harm others by damaging reputation or compromising personal data. The next is espionage and intelligence gathering. Nation states or state sponsored groups may carry out cyber attacks to gather classified information, disrupt rival countries, or gain a competitive advantage in areas such as defense, technology, or economy. Next is hacktivism. What is the meaning of hacktivism? Hacktivism refers to the use of hacking or cyber attacks as a means to promote or advance a political or social agenda. The cyber criminals may deface websites, leak sensitive information, or disrupt online services to raise awareness or protest or advocate for a particular cause. That is, the cyber criminals want to draw the attention of the world towards their cause for which they are fighting. The motivation behind hacktivism includes advocating for freedom of speech, exposing human rights abuses, or challenging political ideologies. Next reason for cybercrime may be fun. The amateur do cybercrime for fun. The next point is recognition. Some individuals want to test their skills and knowledge in hacking. They may hack highly secured networks like defense sites or networks to showcase their abilities or gain recognition within the hacker community. It is important to note that these motivations which we have discussed above are not exhaustive, and individual cases of cybercrime can have unique circumstances and motives. This is the state of affairs that some cyber criminals offer on-demand service. These cyber criminals operate in underground forms or dark web marketplaces where they advertise their skills and services to potential clients. The persons, organization, or a country may contact these cyber criminals for illegal activities such as hacking an organization to gain access to some sensitive data or create massive denial of service attack on their competitors and various forms of cyber attacks. Though we are discussing about on-demand service being provided by cyber criminals, we in no way support the activities of the cyber criminals which are unethical and illegal, and they need to be curbed with stringent hands. Based on the demand of the customer, the hackers write malware, virus, etc. to suit their requirements. It is important to note that engaging in or supporting these illegal activities is against the law and can result in severe legal consequences. Now our topic is what to do if your computer system becomes infected. First is, don't panic if your computer system is infected. Disconnect your computer from the internet if you are using any. This will prevent malware from transmitting your data to attacker. Next step is, now disconnect your computer from a local area network if it is connected with, to protect your other computers from getting infected. Next point is scan for malware. If you have antivirus malware installed on your computer, then perform a scan of your entire system. It may be possible that you may not have installed antivirus software on your computer system. Then you can purchase some genuine and branded antivirus software from a local computer store and install it as per the instructions mentioned on it and start a complete scan on your computer. Next point is disconnect external storage devices. If you have any external storage devices such as USB drives or external hard drives attached to your computer, disconnect them from your computer to prevent further infection or spreading of malware. Next point is seek professional help if needed. If you are unable to resolve the issue on your own, or you suspect that it is a severe infection, then you can consider contacting a professional computer security expert or your organization's IT department for assistance. Prevention is the key when it comes to computer infections. Regularly backing up your data, keeping your software up to date, being cautious of suspicious links and attachments, and using reputable security software can reduce the risk of future infections. Now, we would like to conclude this course. Cyber attack can result in a financial loss, data breach, reputation damage, and psychological impact. Various types of cyber threats such as malware, DOS attacks, phishing, etc. pose significant risks in today's digital landscape. Understanding and addressing the diverse cybersecurity threats are vital for protecting systems, data, and individuals from potential harm. Cybersecurity myths are a real threat in the present digital age. You need to stop believing these cybersecurity myths and up your cyber defenses. Otherwise, you are always at the risk of being attacked in the digital world. Implementing strong cybersecurity measures, regular training of the employees, and incident response plans can reduce the impact of. If you like our video, please like, share, and subscribe our channel. Thank you.